Hey everybody, Shawn Andrich from gamerswithjobs.com here, and welcome to Chapter 10 of the Unmarked. Thanks very much for your support. Go to patreon.com/GWJ if you want to see more information about how your monthly pledge helps us create this and lots of other cool stuff. And so here we go. This is Chapter 10 of the Unmarked. Enjoy.
It's the next day, or it's 2 days later, right? What happened with Janine? And what have you discussed and found about the information that Regina's dad gave her? That work?
Well, I'm going to say, yeah, works for me. I'm going to say that we cleaned up that bathroom real good.
I hope so. yeah.
Hope so.
Chuck took the lead on that. He was, adrenaline and everything else. He was pretty up on netting his quarry, but he felt pretty bad after. So he cleaned that bathroom up real good.
Plus, you have a history of janitorial skills. So
gas station. I've seen worse. Much worse.
Like 10 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Okay, so you clean up the bathroom.
I'm curious. So I think after Jacob stopped screaming, one of the questions,
which I do eventually,
right? Yeah. Eventually, you're just whimpering, and then I can talk, which is nice. Do we want to be there when she wakes up? Do we drop her off? Do we interrogate her? What are I assume we're not going to imprison her now. There doesn't seem to be any point in that.
So she definitely needs that piece of glass removed from her cheek, and that's stitched up.
Mm-hmm, right.
And probably in general, all the little glass removed from her face and otherwise washed. And she needs medical attention.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we need to take her to the hospital, and I think I could stay there with her if you want.
Yeah, that seems like
Okay, cool. So we send you off to go do that.
Load her in the old BMW.
Well, I know.
Fresh, clean.
Hopefully he drove his own car. Can we not make that the blood car? Can we not make that body?
It's already had 2 dead clowns in it. At this point, we might as well just turn it into a hearse.
Resale value is going to suck.
Just going to set it on fire. Okay, so you do that. So I mean, do we need to resolve that at all, or do we just?
No, we're going to basically say, Chet, you bring her to the hospital.
Yep.
What's your cover story, or do you just kind of use the voice to smooth that over?
I try first with a cover story that's saying that my wife has been in a home accident, and I'm bringing her to the emergency room, and.
Okay.
I'm a little bit worried that it's going to look a bit like domestic violence.
Oh no, it looks a lot
like
unwashed.
I'm her estranged ex-husband, and we've been fighting, and I just walk in with her face mangled and unconscious, but it was a home accident.
I'm going to try my best to go through this without using the voice, because the voice has consequences.
You need to draw a card.
Okay. I assume that the first things first, they're going to want to help her.
Yes, they're going to. It's the question.
That is my priority.
Right, they're going to help her. It's not too. Oh, did you just draw 2?
No, I didn't draw any cards.
Reset it. Yeah.
Okay. Who was playing with it?
No, it came up with 2 already flipped.
All right,
yeah, my very first thought is we need to get her help, and so everything else that I'm doing for my cover story is secondary in my mind.
Sure, right? They're going to help her.
That's how this works out.
It's not going to be too bad. I mean, it's going to look pretty bad for a while, but other than depending on how they do on her cheek, there's probably going to be a scar there of some.
I think that's a 7 of cups or a 5 of cups.
That's the 5 of cup, which means you're suspect.
And okay.
Just look at that picture. I mean, guilty.
So you're going to need either to answer a lot of uncomfortable questions, or you're going to need to push a little bit with the voice.
I think I'll push with the voice then.
Okay.
Do you want me to draw again?
Nope. You push with the voice. It is self-preservation, but it is not selfish by the definition.
She needs medical attention. Please help her.
Right. No, they're doing that. The question is when they start asking you questions, and you basically say, this is what happened. At first they're like, uh-huh. And you can see them getting the clipboard and going to call the cops. And then they're like, oh, okay, that's what happened.
Okay.
Right? They just believe you.
Okay.
And so that's all.
And then once she's like back in the hospital room, I'm going to sit there and make sure she's okay.
Okay.
At least for a few.
Mm-hmm. We'll cut back to you. Meanwhile, I
have my phone if anybody needs to contact me.
Sure. We will go to the rest of the group, and we're going to start picking up a different thread, and then we'll go back to the story of Chet and Janine.
So one of the things I'm hoping to do is now that we've sort of resolved that, there's ever since I've seen that the patch on Regina's arm and kind of understood what it was and known the name of the band, at some point I'm saying to her, look, that seems, given the story you said and how important it is to remember that name, like Violent Brown and the Independents. I mean, my office is across the street from Brown Mansion, which is like the creepiest place ever, just in the middle of the day. And
he was putting together some kind of like concert to happen at that mansion.
Exactly.
So I'm thinking,
like we need to research that. And also, yeah. I mean, isn't it weird that Independence is just the town like 20 miles north of us?
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm looking for, and maybe I'll spend the next day or two, and maybe Jacob, since I know you're into like doing some research, like let's learn more about Brown Mansion and maybe see if there's some sort of link with Independence, but certainly focused on the Brown Mansion part.
Yeah.
And you know Brown Mansion. Oh man.
Yeah.
You know Brown Mansion is creepy because you don't have any Google Street View on it.
You literally that is where the creepy things about it.
You can get like a long side shot, but I can't see over the hill barely.
Yeah. In this section of time too, in between, while they're doing this research, Regina's going to leave Sweetie with her dad and take the other two and try to track where Janine has been.
Okay. Did you take like maybe a piece of her clothing, get her scent?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get her scent, and I don't think either of the dogs you mentioned are tracking dogs, right? I don't think poodles and they're better than we are, but none of them are.
I mean, they're not hounds, no.
Right, they're not hounds. It's not their specialty. We will basically. It leads somewhere, but it doesn't tell you much, which is that she's sleeping in like a little wooded area on the edge of town. Almost like an animal. So there was a little like nest and it was bedded down, and you can see some rodent bones near there, like a torn apart rat or squirrel or rabbit that she must have been eating. Mm-hmm. So she had gone quite feral.
My personal reaction as Karla is like, but Regina's reaction is actually, she was actually a pretty decent hunter.
You actually look at this lifestyle of just getting all your food by hunting it yourself and being fiercely independent and being part of a pack or on your own. And you actually think that maybe she had an interesting life there. Mm-hmm. You're not quite sure that you can do anything but kind of admire it. Okay. All right. So you're doing that. So going back to the research, and I'm going to kind of let you guys research this so that you can earn it. Mm-hmm. But,
well, we know that Violet, not Violent, but Violet was the last person to live in the mansion. She died in 1973. And we know that the mansion has been supposedly haunted and is continuing to be investigated for paranormal activity, which until about a week ago, I would have thought was a pile of crap. But if nothing else, I feel like we should take our own tour and get our own sense of the place.
Right. They do tours. I mean, it is a place that you go and visit. It's all antique. If you haven't, I'm looking at the website right now, and it's just full of these old, just old chairs and like Victorian era setting is what I'm getting off of it.
Sorry, what was the name of the last person to live there?
Violet?
Yeah.
Last name
is hang
Brown.
On. Violet Brown Kohler.
Okay. So Independence, Kansas was purchased from the Osage Indians in September of 1869 by George A. Brown for the price of $50. They were being moved to Indian Territory in present-day Oklahoma. So that's kind
Brown
of
may have been a pretty common name, would be my guess.
And by the way, on the Brown Mansion, well, no, that feels like more than coincidence. Brown Mansion, clearly the richest family in town, also buys a town. And I bet that's
25 miles north.
Yeah. Violet was born 1887, died in 1973. Here, the Brown Mansion website literally has a section just titled Paranormal.
they know where their bread is buttered.
Yeah. Who might linger at the mansion? Mr. Brown smoking a pipe. Mrs. Brown caring for her lost sons. Violet dancing in the ballroom. I am not going in the ballroom, guys.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
And yeah, young Donald died at 11, and
Humming a tune. Oh Jesus!
Oh, and other fun facts about independence. The first night baseball game was played there in 1930. That's a little meta because I know our GM
Laura
loves
Ingalls
baseball.
Wilder's house is there.
And
Is
Miss Abel, a rhesus monkey, was born at Ralph Mitchell Zoo. Miss Abel, along with Miss Baker, a squirrel monkey, became the first monkeys to fly in space. They returned alive May 28th, 1959. Damn.
Okay, that one I didn't know.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely got to be some sort of horrible Little House on the Prairie convergence going on here.
When young Donald died, they closed off his room for 26 years.
See, that's just a recipe for creepiness. Like, if you want to be haunted, that's what you do.
Yeah, I got to tell you, when I stumbled across this house, I was like, this just is written itself right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, tour the Brown Mansion.
That seems like a good call.
Okay.
Oh, and wait, and WP and Nancy, these are the people who, like the original, they met at a dance in Independence, Kansas.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was like 6'3" and she was 4'11".
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to go take a tour of the mansion?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next day you take a tour of the mansion. Chet, you're going to be with Janine.
Okay.
So we're going to go back and forth between them.
How's my leg? Can I walk?
Yeah, once it integrates, it is you basically have this unconscious ability, like breathing or anything else, to like just make it like bone. But if you stop and think about it, like you can completely flatten the upper part of your leg now.
Yeah.
And you can just like move it in any direction you want, like roll it out. The bottom part is still bone. So you're slowly becoming Flat Stanley, I guess, if you want to.
I'm gonna ask just as we're going to the mansion. I look over at Jacob. So, did you choose which bone gets replaced?
It just sort of feels like where something needs to go. It's not so much a choice. It was a choice to reach down and grab her, and then it just seemed like the right thing. It was easier to do that than something else.
Okay. Because, choice-wise, like, it'd be cool to, like, do your arm and, like, your hand, because then you could, like, reach through doors, like, the sides, and then just open doorknobs and stuff.
You don't have any idea how many bones are in the human hand?
Well, like, 6? Like, I don't know. Like...
A lot. I hope we never get that far. Okay, so to the mansion.
Okay, so you're at the mansion. You go to the Brown Mansion. There are tours daily. There's the tour right here.
Regina has to leave the dogs outside, which she is not happy about.
They're cool with it.
Yeah.
But they're kind of saying that there are things here.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, we'll be...
You probably can't see, but they can or be aware of. They're not scared of it. They're just curious. It's something exotic. Okay. So you take the tour. What would you like to learn on the tour? Are there any questions? They talk about the Brown Mansion, right? The Brown Mansion was founded by William Brown. His family lived there. They had a life of tragedy. Many of their children died when they were... It's all the stuff that's on the website when they were young. Only one lived to adulthood. That was Violet.
And she wasn't born there.
She was not born there. One died at very young. One died at 11 from diabetes because they didn't have insulin at the time. That crushed the mother, who was, just never quite recovered from that. Kind of the story that's on there. If there's anything in particular you would like to know,
I want to go see all of the rooms that supposedly have been haunted, like this room that was locked up for 26 years.
Mm-hmm. Donald's room.
Yeah. The ballroom.
Yeah, it's all there. It's this absolute prototype for a haunted house. Right, it's got a ballroom inside it. It's got rooms that were locked up. It's got the faded wallpaper, which was probably quite the in style, and then turn of last century. You get a sense going in the ballroom and these other places where there's supposed to be hauntings that there is something here, but it's not a shadow. It's it's weird. It's like, oh, I sense something, but I can't quite see it. But you don't really...
Does it feel bad, or does it just feel different?
It feels different, like something that doesn't belong.
Okay.
Right? Like that you're looking around and it's almost not supernatural. It sounds like if you walked into your own living room, you're like, did someone move a lamp?
Right.
Is there like a couch 6 inches off? Or like you just feel like that there's something here that's not like doesn't belong here. Whether that's a spirit, whether it's something else, you're not quite sure.
Does it feel thin at all?
Yes. Yes, it does. Like you can sense it. It's like a different flavor. Like you're pretty new to this, and like when you're dealing with shadows and everything like that, like at wherever they come from, there's like it's a negative energy, and you actually have that negative energy in you as well right now. So you're attuned to it. This is kind of like picking up a frequency that is either very faint or you're not used to doing, so you can't quite focus in on it.
I ask if there's certain times of the year or when the paranormal, like the ghost sightings, happen more often than not.
Right. So the tour guide loves his opportunity to play up the spooky part and goes like, into the, well, it is said at night, when the month is turned. I mean, it's just this like sort of corny carnival thing. But you get the sense that they largely play it up because it's good PR value. That's why it's on the website. They don't really believe it. But, in general, at night, and there's said to be green lights that would be out on the grounds that no one can tell what they are. But no ghost has ever been documented. And, of course, the house is locked up at night, so no one could be in here.
Mm-hmm. I ask if they've ever used to do any public events or concerts or anything like that.
Oh, yeah. They do the Bluegrass Festival every year. On the lawn. You can go an evening tour to find out what goes bump in the night. It's 8 till midnight. There is an evening one where they play up the spookiness. But there have been events there all along. I mean, when it got turned over to the town, when Violet died, she didn't die. When she turned it over and then went into a nursing home, the town's tried to find ways to make money off it.
Where did she end up?
She ended up in a nursing home in Independence.
Interesting. And that was like, what, 1972, 70?
She died in 72. She went there earlier. I could look up the exact year, but it's not particularly relevant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I think we need to come back here at night. Like that seems to make the most sense.
Yeah.
Yes, you take a tour of the basement. It's got a butler's quarter, laundry, walk-in icebox. It's got a walk-in fridge before they had it. It basically had gas and electricity. It's got an original Tiffany leaded glass in the main doorway. It's a pretty cool house, other than you're kind of freaked out by it.
Okay, so yeah, I think coming back at night would be a thing to do. I mean, the place feels like it's closed in the sense that it doesn't feel like there's like imminent threat here.
One thing before we go, and I try to be casual, just like, oh man, place like this, with lots of hauntings, I bet there are people like trying to break in all the time, right? I mean, do you have lots of people trying to get in and see the ghosts or?
She said, well, not really.
Cool.
I mean, there's teenagers who will come in sometimes to scare each other, but we've got security cameras, and we have a night guard, that stays here, and we have tours 3 days a week, and they're not that expensive. You should sign up if you really want to see it at night.
Oh,
no need to break in.
No. No, I remember wasn't this featured on like one of those ghost hunter shows at some point?
It was, and I don't. Yeah, I think it really was, but I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Chet,
Hi.
it's the next morning. Janine's looked better. You've dozed in a chair.
Yeah.
Everything kind of aches. You're not at an age where sleeping in a chair is a fantastic idea. Matter of fact, you can only turn your head like to one side right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And her eyes flutter open, and you see her looking around the room kind of in confusion, verging on like a bit of terror, trying to figure out what's going on.
Hey, it's okay.
Where's Patrick?
Patrick's fine. Patrick, I've sent Patrick on a trip. We're all worried about you for a while.
Where am I, Chet? I'm in a hospital. Why am I in a hospital?
You got injured. Do you remember anything that happened?
I remember I had some very strange dreams.
What were your dreams?
I dreamt that I was sleeping in the woods, and I was hungry.
Do you remember what you were hungry for?
Meat. I don't know. There was... It's the silliest dream I get. It's weird. It's like a dream where, like, I'm trying to put together the story out of these elements and make sense of it, because it doesn't make sense on its own. It's like I had I was possessed by something,
Okay.
but this something was taking orders from something else. And it kept telling me I had to hunt because it was told to hunt. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, well, you were in the dream. I was hunting for you.
Oh.
I'm not sure whether I wanted to eat you or have sex with you.
Oh. Okay, I'll take that.
Oh,
What was
please.
what was giving you the orders though?
No, it was like there was something like I had a, like those horror movies, like The Exorcist or something, where there's like a demon or something, and then the person says funny things. Like it was like that, but I got the sense that this demon was working for someone.
You don't know who?
It was a dream. No, of course I don't know. Where
I
am
know.
I? What happened to me?
Look, you were in an accident. You ended up with a shard of glass in your face, unfortunately. So we brought you to the hospital and wanted to make sure.
Where was I? How did I end up with glass in my face?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, but it was
Your time.
Okay. So, do you trust me?
Not really.
I'm gonna need you to trust me a little bit more than that.
You need to tell me what's going on. Why would I trust you? What the hell is going on, Chet?
Because I used to be your husband, and I actually care about what happens to you or not, and I care about what happens to our son.
Tell me what's going on, Chet.
What's going on is that what you were dreaming wasn't a dream, and you were in some serious danger.
Okay, thank you, Chet.
And we were trying to take care of you. And
I was possessed by a demon, and I was in the woods, and I was going to have sex with you. Is that what this is leading to?
Well, I don't think the third part was true, but the rest of it was.
I would like to talk to a nurse now.
Okay, I'll send in a nurse, and I'm also going to have our son come back. He's just been gone for a couple days, but he'll come back, and everything's going to be okay.
Okay. She is starting to have like a little bit of a mental breakdown between not knowing what reality is, what day of the week. Like the last she remembers was probably when you were talking or whenever you use the voice on her.
Right.
And everything else is kind of hazy, and she's kind of freaking out, and her face hurts, and her kid's gone. So she's calling for a nurse and starting.
I'm going to go ahead and get her that nurse, and then I'm going to just make my way out. There's nothing. What I've realized in all of this is that there's nothing I can do to make this better. The truth hasn't worked. Lying hasn't worked. The voice didn't work.
Yeah.
It's best if I just go away for a bit.
Okay.
So I am going to use this. I'm going to use this information, this little bit of information she gave me, and go back and try to regroup with the rest of the team.
Okay.
And I'm also going to send a note to Christine telling them that it's okay to come back. But that's going to be a really fun conversation. But I'm not going to be around for that.
Okay. So you rejoin back at Avengers Mansion just to make sure Marvel gets a fair shake as well as DC on all our references. You share what you've heard or seen that day, and your plan is to go back at night?
I think that went pretty well, guys.
Well, real good job.
I could have done without the blood. To be honest, I didn't. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, man.
Yeah, but she's gonna be okay, and I think all in a day's work, and now we're all done. It feels really good. Now we can all get back to the rest of our lives. It's been really great knowing you guys. You really, truly, you are all pals. I believe that.
Okay,
but
bye.
Now I think we can get back.
Really, Chet.
See you later. Have a great life. Let me know how it goes.
You can't leave.
Why? What did you guys discover?
Well,
No, I'm not.
that-
No. I understand. I'm just having a little bit of fun with you. I actually just ribbing you guys. I didn't find out a whole lot from Janine, except that she was very clearly being given orders while she was possessed by something else. Now, I don't know what that is. What have you guys been up to?
Well, we went to the Brown Mansion, and guess what? If you think it's super creepy, you're right, because it's 100% creepier than well, and creepy is the wrong word. Like, that's actually the thing about it that's got me kind of messed up. It's clearly paranormal. I mean, Jacob, I think
that sounds like that's our jam now. That's what we want.
Something's different there, but it doesn't feel.
But I didn't feel bad there.
It doesn't feel like we're about to get attacked or if something's coming through. It doesn't. None of that.
I mean, I think we have to find out more about whatever that is. But I like I'm almost thinking it's weird because I'm not thinking of it like we need to go in and stop something there yet. I need to there's just more information to get out of that place. I feel like.
Do you think maybe it's a good place?
I'm not going to.
We haven't seen much good here in any place.
Right.
No.
And a lot of bad stuff has definitely gone down there.
I'm not going to lie to you. I have some significant concerns about the town of Coffeyville now.
I think those are well-founded concerns.
I thought we were coming back. I thought we were really going to bounce back from this economic depression, but here we are with some spooky things.
I want to break in the middle of the night to the Brown Mansion. Who's with me?
I'm with you.
Wait.
I'm with you.
Hang on.
But we need to wait till after
entering?
midnight because that's when the ghost.
And I bought an ultraviolet blacklight that's for finding ghosts.
I saw that. That's certainly not a scam. So the things
everybody knows that's exactly how you do it.
Yeah. So the things we know is we know that they have security cameras and we know that they have a night guard. And doesn't sound like a lot else. It doesn't sound like they get like many people trying to break in. So I'm guessing security's not super, super tight. Thoughts on how we get through that? Short of just magicking up.
Well, why wouldn't we just do that?
Because every time I do it, I die a little. Literally, I die a little.
It's being a little melodramatic.
That's what I hear that a lot.
You do have just a little bit more gray in your hair than you did before.
Yes, I know.
Just like Jacob's just a little bit whiter than he was before.
Yeah, I'm a little more worried about Jacob, to be honest.
I'm fine. Really, I'm fine.
Have you slept at all?
it's a couple days later. I've had one good crash.
Yeah,
sleep.
is there any chance that maybe we can get him some sleep? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything super pressing, but
No, I mean, you
So
can.
what kind of
Other than
security are we
the
dealing with?
slow and inexorable descent of our town into darkness. That's the only thing.
What kind of security are we dealing with here? Tell me again.
Pretty minimal. There's some security cameras that probably feed into,
all right. Here's
the area, and there's like a guard probably watching.
Well, cameras are easy. Like Chuck knows cameras. He has cameras on the gas station. All you got to do is find where the recordings are and take that. Like,
Or
and then
just
the cameras don't do anything.
I have a thought. What if we took a night? Regina, what if you had your birds just scope out the place over the night and we could get a sense of how many guards they are? Do they fall asleep in the middle of the night? Just sort of get some recon on it and then go in a day or two.
Yeah, Hugan does know this owl.
Nice.
Perfect.
I'll talk to him.
Okay. So just to give you some background, you can use the birds. You can scout it out. You can basically do a day or two of reconnaissance. Chet can go because he wasn't on the tour before and can go with a different eye looking around. You find out where the cameras are. There are a few in the house. There are a few in the grounds. It's lit. They've got like lights around the outside to light up. There is in the front hall, like where you sign up for the tour, and they've got the brochures and everything else about other things you can see at Coffeyville. There's a desk. And after the tour is done at midnight, there's a guard that stays there till 6 a.m. Probably he's supposed to walk around the house, but he just kind of sits there watching, his iPad and occasionally dozing.
Okay, perfect.
Regina, do you think we could just cut the power? Because that would take care of the cameras in one shot.
Yeah.
Probably alert
Guard would
security
notice
guard,
that.
too.
Well,
Yeah,
actually, the
that's
guard would
actually-
come out to check it out.
Here's the thing. Every time we knock somebody unconscious, that has like consequences down the road. Like he's going to know that he's been knocked unconscious. I'm thinking that if we can get in, Chet just tells him to take a nap and forget that we were there.
Yeah, that won't have consequences. I'm sure that'll be just fine.
Look, if you don't push too hard, like, didn't you tell us that you used it in
The hospital.
The
the
hospital.
hospital?
Yep.
Yeah.
You just gotta
It's for good
not
reason.
put your foot all the way to the floor.
Could we?
Okay.
No, it actually, what Robert Johnson said to you that day is that you can't use it for selfish ends.
Okay.
Like getting one to give you a ride.
Okay.
But we,
I thought that was a great ride.
Yeah, and did great and did fine.
Yeah, so we can give that a shot.
sure, I'm in.
Okay. So you go there at night, and your plan is to just walk in, and then use the voice on the guard, or go to the door, which is locked.
Well, I thought cut the power, wait till he comes outside and talk to him there.
Yep.
That's a good plan.
Yep.
Okay. So
Real Ocean's 11 plan. That sounds good.
I'll
Gina-
repel in from
Gina,
the roof.
you know how to cut the power,
I have to go up a pole, but that's
but you have to go up a pole. Is that going to be an issue, or do you want to send Chuck up and tell him what to do once he
Oh,
gets up
I'll go
there?
up the pole.
Yeah, that sounds more like it.
Yeah. All right. So you go up the pole, and you're going to be cutting power. Is there any chance this could go wrong?
Oh yeah. There could
Nah.
definitely be backup systems and alarms and
No, I'm just thinking more
It's
like
not that
electric.
so much as it is that you're dealing with wires that are carrying like a lot more voltage than what happens inside
there's
a
current
house.
problem.
Yeah. So Chuck, if you want to go up there, you're just going to have to draw a card. Just don't draw a really low one, and then everything will be fine.
Okay. What could go wrong? Here we go. The Empress.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I think you're fine.
Okay, so the Empress is super high level. The Empress is, where is he? Oh well, it's a major arcana. So I'm gonna, without looking up the exact information on the Empress, I'm just gonna ask you, what other cool thing do you want to do besides cut the power? Do you want to run along the lines? Do you want to?
Yes, in fact, because we're cutting the power right near the house, and I can see Yeah, I'm going to push a little bit. I'm going to run along. I can see that like I haven't looked at the picture of the mansion for a bit. Is there like upstairs windows and stuff?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so there's somebody left an upstairs window open. So I'm going to run along the line to the upstairs window and slip in that way.
Okay, so you jump in on the second floor.
Yeah.
It's 3 floors. If you go to Kansas, here, I'll send you the link. They got a nice picture on a site. There we go. Whoops.
Your bank website. All right. It's going to be your login information.
I don't know why that's in there. No, that's weird.
Thank God it's your bank website. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
it could
saying.
be lots worse.
No, I'm more baffled because
Sexyclowns.com. Oh, okay.
yeah. Hey, I'm doing research for the show.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, so I'm going to slip into the front. Or to the top there, to the third floor.
Okay. So you get in, power goes out, guard kind of startles because all the lights go on outside, go off outside and the house is in darkness. He sort of sighs, gets up and starts heading to the basement to like where the fuse box would be or the breakers, right? He's going to start there rather than start outside. So the door is locked, but it's the desk is abandoned now.
Hey, inside man.
Yeah. We have our radios.
Oh, yeah. Walker talker.
We got our walkie-talkie.
Is he coming out?
Yeah, you can go downstairs. You've been at the mansion, you know it, even in the dark.
Yeah.
Unlock the front door real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to like quietly make my way down, kind of listening as I go. And I think about it. I said, I think he went down to the basement. That's where the breaker box is. So I'm going to open up that side door near where you guys are.
Perfect.
Opens the side door. You're in the house. How do you want to wait for the guard to come back up? Do you want to?
Chet's
I suggest
waiting in his seat. Well, hello.
No, I suggest that Chet stands to like one side of the basement door, and then as the guard comes back up, he just goes, "Hey," and starts using the voice like immediately to avoid any like potential violent situations.
Okay.
So that's exactly how it goes down. I mean, you guys are superheroes. You can just make this stuff happen.
Cool.
Yeah, we are.
So he comes back up. He's startled. He's got the flashlight. You talk to him. You tell him, "We were never here." Mm-hmm. It's like, fine, just go sit down. The lights will be back on. So, you just basically remove him from the situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're in the mansion, a haunted mansion, not the haunted
with
mansion.
no lights now.
Mm-hmm.
Good
in
thinking
the
ahead,
dark,
team.
like at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a ghost beam. Don't
That's
forget.
true.
The
I
ghost
do. I
beam.
flick on
Yeah.
the ultraviolet
And
black light.
we have my spidey sense. And
Yeah, and we have
Dog.
Killer with us this
right,
time.
we have dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just realized this is the end of
minute.
where I had a plan to. I don't know what to do
Okay,
now.
well.
Well, Jacob.
I'm going to ask Killer what she sees because her senses are maybe a little bit different from Jacob's.
Sure.
So we take a little tour, and I ask her. I
What
get her to
rooms are you
down.
going to? What order?
Well,
Ballroom's got to be in there.
The ballroom.
well, the
is
ballroom's at the
creepy
top.
as heck.
So let's go up to the ballroom and see what she has to say.
Okay. So you go up to the ballroom, and Jacob and Killer both sense that there's someone there, but you can't see her.
Okay.
And Jacob, you can almost hear the sound of like a waltz, just being like an echo in your brain. Like there's, someone might be humming it.
I try to hum along with it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you're kind of like, he just starts humming like in
Very
3 quarters
tunelessly.
time.
Mhm.
Very tunelessly.
Yeah,
It is
Are
the
you
beam
okay?
all along the watchtower. Right?
Wow, it's suddenly less creepy
Nice
all of a
time.
sudden. Less creepy.
Are you okay? What are you humming there?
I can hear. There's something here. I can hear it in my head. Shh! I'm just everybody be quiet. I just keep trying to hum the song.
I'm looking around with my black light.
Okay, when you shine your black light, it actually illuminates a spectral figure.
Yay!
And say,
No way.
There's no way that worked.
Check,
There's
check,
no
check,
way that
check,
worked.
check,
Yes,
check.
it does.
My son,
Yay!
finding flashlight works.
I hate
$30.
everything about this
Money well
universe.
spent. Everything on Amazon you need is $30.
Woohoo!
If he was going to take the time to research a ghost
Totally.
flashlight, I was going to make it work.
Love it.
So it's
so
Nancy.
what
do
are we
see?
seeing?
Yeah.
It's
What-
little short Nancy waltzing back and forth.
What you see is a woman who is in her, hard to say, 40s, in kind of period clothes from between the wars, maybe. You're not really quite sure. And she kind of just floats in and floats out. Like when the light's on, or even then, it's kind of like,
So
like kind of flickering. And she's just kind of dancing without a partner, almost like practicing how you might,
I say, Violet. Does she react?
She's kind of in her own world. You're not
Okay, so
necessarily.
can't speak to
She's in one world and you're in another.
Okay. Okay. So that's yeah. Okay. I didn't actually think this was going to work. Should
That's pretty cool, I have to say.
yeah.
Nice work, Chuck.
Cool.
Where'd you get that thing?
I try to walk over and see if I can touch her.
Yes and no. There's like a spider web nature to her, right?
I
Like
only
when you
feel it-
walk into it.
Do I only
Top
feel
left,
it
like-
on like my pinky?
No, there's no connection there. Like you can, like when you go out and you reach and you feel a shadow, you can like again, it's like two magnets that want to come together.
Right.
This is like a third polarity. It's like a neutral polarity.
Okay.
So there's an interaction, but it's not a natural attraction
Okay.
like you have before.
So
Guys. This isn't shadowing here, right?
Right.
But it does have that kind of thing to it. I think this might be a way that we could maybe like boost what we have. Maybe if we had like a concert here or something, it would make it more juicy. This is where my brother wanted to have his. Like there's a reason for that, right?
I mean, does anybody feel stronger here? And so I kind of, I do I feel stronger?
No, it's like what you thought of was like a binary axis of light and dark suddenly has like a third place to it, like a triangle, which is, I guess the only way to think about it is like there's light and dark, but they're both alive, and then there's dead, which both of them lead to,
Gotcha.
if that makes sense.
Okay.
And light and dark are opposite, and dead is neither opposite nor attracted to either one of them. It's just like a different state, like flipping over a coin rather than anything else.
Okay.
So she's dancing around. She hasn't seemed to be noticing you, but you've only said Violet once.
Well, and I tried.
mind.
I tried to touch her.
Right, you tried to touch her. She did a little bit kind of slow up for a second and then kind of continue as if she had heard something.
Jacob, Jacob, why don't
try to
you
use?
why don't you try and
Can I
just
use
like
voice?
ooh.
Interesting. Go for it.
I would like to talk to her using the voice.
Okay. What do you say?
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, is there anybody out there?
She stops and looks around and goes, hello?
I wave.
There's someone
Hi,
there?
I'm right here.
I can't.
My name's Chet. I'm the voice of the
can't
Red
see
Raven.
you.
Fuck you, Chet. Fuck you.
Not every time, Chet.
He's been dead for 30 years.
Maybe she's a fan. You don't know. This happens to my adoring fans.
Hello?
Hi. Are you? Do you know where I am?
I can't see you. I can only hear you.
I am here beside you. Can you tell me who you are?
I'm Violet Brown. Why am I not scared of you?
Well, I don't think I'm that scary.
Oh, Chet.
What can you tell me where you are?
I'm at home in my ballroom. This is where I grew up. I own it now. My parents are gone.
How do you feel right now? Are you
I don't-
lonely?
I think I am.
Well, don't be lonely. I'm here with you.
What's going on?
We're only hearing
I should-
Chet's side, right?
No, you're hearing her. You can see her.
Okay.
Okay.
You can, like, with your ghost flashlight. You know, like she wavers in and out like a radio tuning going to stuff.
Chet, ask her if she needs help.
Do you need help?
Yes.
I would like to help you.
From what?
What do you need help from?
My father started something, but he didn't finish it. The town is in trouble.
Oh, well, we can take care of that. We're here to save the town.
I left you notes.
Where are the notes?
Wait. I was old when I left the notes. It was very
getting it all tired from using the voice. Or can I just keep it going?
You can keep it going.
Do this all day long. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Just tell me where the notes are.
Wait, how could I have been old? I was someplace.
You're not old. You're not young. You're just you.
I swear to God, don't tell her she's dead. Do not do that, Chet.
Fine. It's okay. Just tell me where the notes are so I can help the town.
I wrote them
In the
down.
library?
No, I wrote them down and I gave them to the nurse and
Where was the nurse?
it was at the home.
Independence.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Oh God.
You're
out.
okay. You're safe.
Pull out.
We're going to find your notes and we're going to save the town and everything's going to be okay. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Help me, Chet.
Stop doing that, Rob. Stop that.
Just totally freaked out.
Okay, guys. She left the notes with a nurse and a home.
Yeah, we heard.
We know. We're on it.
Hi. Oh, hey. How's it
We know
going?
exactly where we need to go.
Okay. Well, that's great.
She sort of freaks out and appears to, not in a bad way, but like disintegrate. Like she whatever was holding her here at night, that got cut, right? She's not here in the day. She's not here every night. Like whatever concentration she had to dance in her ballroom was broken by this sort of weird time shift thing that was going on. And so she just kind of pops out. You know, like my ghost voice?
No.
Yes.
No. Really don't like your voice.
It was perfect.
Mildly aroused.
I practiced it.
I can't wait to hear you do a ghost clown voice. It'll just be
Nope.
At some point, I learned how to make it sound like I was talking backwards. I'm like, someday.
Yeah, you nailed it. I actually was wondering if you had an app on your computer or something.
Yeah.
right.
No, I couldn't do it for the whole conversation, but I decided once she got freaked out, it was time to make her more special.
So
I mean,
so she disintegrated, but we're not. There's no more darkness now, right? I didn't fuck anything up, did I?
No.
Okay.
All right, we know what we need to do. We need to go to the nurse at the old folks' home in Independence.
from
Yeah.
1973.
Yeah, well, we're going to go figure that out.
I mean, yeah, we got to, but
I mean, well, what are the odds? Those notes are in a file somewhere.
I'm wondering if her personal papers are not kept somewhere because
Maybe they could be kept here.
citizen, right?
They could be
Check
here.
for that.
They
yeah, we
could
might
be
as well
here.
look around as long as we're
There's
here.
got to be a library. We should at least look here.
Well, I mean, and maybe I can help us get lucky. I don't know. I'm willing to try.
It's worth saving the 20-minute drive.
I think there's a library on the first floor containing all the books that the Browns
Yep.
had. Maybe there's a collection of papers from Violet or something.
That seems likely.
Sounds as plausible as anything else. So
Well, how plausible is it, Shawn?
Okay, so I'll be so. I think it's moderately plausible at best, since the direction we got actually sent us to a totally different place. We're just sort of trying it on its own. But you do have to
Honestly,
imagine
too, it's
that
like-
if this is a institution that it's a memorial society or whatever,
Right.
they would
It's
collect
like a presidential
those-
library.
Yeah. So it seems likely that if it's been 40 years, probably anything that this place could have collected in the nearby area, they would have collected and brought you.
True.
Okay. This all sounds pretty plausible. You're talking yourself into a lower and lower card draw that you
I
need.
love it. Okay. The app has actually crashed for me. I can't
Yeah, me
do it.
too.
So if you can pull a card for me, I will trust you.
Hold on. No, that's it's not crashed. It's probably. I probably just need to.
Oh, you got the 2 of stabs.
No.
So, well, the good news is you found the files, but you found them by literally trying to do something and then stumbling over a box, falling down.
If I hit my head again, I swear to God, Rob.
You don't hit your head, but you catch yourself with your hand and you sprain your wrist. I was going to have you hit your head. I forgot that you do that. I have like one type of damage, just head wounds. Everyone that gets a head wound, you get a head wound. And you get a head wound.
It would be like my 4th time.
He's the Giles of our group.
No, you sprained your wrist. Congratulations.
Okay. I start screaming like Jake. No, I don't start.
Tarot page is back up.
Okay.
Yeah, you basically go, if I were a box of files, I would probably be, and you fall over it and break your wrist. You go, not there. I would not have put them there.
Good job, Mr. Bean.
Okay. So you find a file which says the collected papers of Violet Brown.
Okay.
Many of whom are her letters. She was divorced. She was never remarried.
I suggest we just take this whole box and leave.
I think we do.
Because there's going to be more here that we want to work with.
Right.
Yeah. So you take the box, you leave, and then you look through it. You see it's the next day.
I stopped at a Walgreens on the way there and got some
We
wrapping.
reconnected the power, yada, yada, yada.
You go home. You're too excited to sleep. You divide up the pile.
Jacob
you start
isn't.
looking through it. It's a giant file box, many of which is very, very boring and irrelevant to our story, unless you want to, go back to it later and say, oh, but didn't we find X? And but one thing that you really notice is there's an envelope that is sealed, and it says on the outside in handwritten writing, "For the circus."
Oh.
Think that's for us.
Okay.
I mean, we're going to open that, right, guys?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
So you open it up, and there's a typed letter, good old-fashioned like typewriter letter, which is from. Sorry, I'm trying to look. I went off my. There it is.
Her dad?
No, it is from the nurse at the nursing home, where she had died, saying the following letter was handwritten by Violet in her last days. She promised us we would deliver it when the circus came asking for it. Given her state of mind at the time, we assume this was just some late age stage dementia, but I include it anyway in case this is relevant to anyone in the family or something we can't figure out, blah, blah, blah. And there's a handwritten note written in very shaky writing that reads, my brother Donald, his numbers are the code for the lift.
That's the whole message.
Whole message. My brother Donald, his numbers are the code for the lift. Now, you do remember that the Brown Mansion, when you have been there,
Has an elevator.
has an elevator.
Born 1899, died 1911 at the age of 11. So 11 or 1911 from diabetes.
Well, he had a room that they closed up for 26 years. But the rooms don't have numbers. They're like hotels. So
No, this is the code for the lift. It makes the elevator do something.
Different. Go to a different location, different sub basement, something else like that.
Did you ever figure out what? So, if you go back and look, the paranormal thing that Donald does is he hums a tune, which is the same thing you were doing, Jacob. Did you ever figure out what that was?
I was just hearing a waltz in my head that Violet was dancing to.
Well, I think we need to go back.
I kind of wish we just read the letter while we were there, then we could just go.
Yeah.
You guys wanted to
Go
leave.
through all we had all the stuff. Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, it took hours. So we'll just say this was all good. It's now about 5 a.m. and you're all exhausted.
Okay, I gotta fucking sleep, guys.
All right, so you crash, you wake up. What's your plan? Jacob, you have to go to work, right?
Yeah, I got to work during the day.
I guess maybe since I don't have a job anymore, I'm going to keep plowing through the letters just in case I see something about Donald or like I'm looking for Donald information now.
Okay. Yep, you find information. I mean, it's going to be no more than you can find on the website. I didn't do a deep
Realize that
dive.
he's actually a mediocre running back for the New England Patriots.
Donald Brown.
He's number 34. That could be relevant.
We're talking about the Donald Brown, born 1899, died 1911, complications from diabetes, which, of course, at the time was a slow wasting away death, where you basically starved to death because you couldn't process nutrients, and then you got acid key. All sorts of pleasant stuff. Thank God for insulin.
Yeah.
Insulin. Yeah. Okay. Chuck's gonna like work out in his new gym in the glass factory. He's gonna blast his core.
Actually, okay, Cord, did you find something on Amazon that helps you with it?
Well, he ordered like some weights, and he got one of those shake weights, and he threw it away.
Shake weights.
Shake weights. There you go.
Ethan, while you're looking through the papers, you find particular notice of his death date.
Okay, what is it?
November 11th, 1911.
11.
As he was 11 years old.
At 11 years old.
Oh,
Guys, I think I've cracked at least part of the number code.
Schmott guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Other than like going back, I don't have anything else I need to do.
Yeah, I think we just
repeat the process of the previous night and
One more time.
on the elevator.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
sure it'll go really smoothly the second time too, guys.
Well, they
Remember we were there. Don't just see.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
There's a power.
Well, the power has been hooked up, reconnected, and the box that the power was, that's been locked up tight.
Well, we reconnected it, didn't we?
We reconnected.
Oh, did you?
Did anybody?
that, yeah.
Yeah, on the way out, we left it.
All right. You didn't just leave it. All right, we'll retcon that. You did a good job cleaning up. You're all
I
master.
pulled the
Okay.
Empress.
Yeah. It did a clean break. Okay, we do it again.
Okay.
Night 2, same as the first night, almost exactly. The guard's like, well, God damn, what the? Whole house goes down, and, tries to find it, and all of a sudden shows back up, and he's like, who are you? And you say the same thing again.
Sleep.
You don't remember taking out.
Take a nap.
Power words.
We find the elevator.
And it was a totally normal night for him.
So, yep. So this is an old-fashioned elevator. It's got the doors that you close by hand. Goes to the second floor, third floor. Goes to the basement, so you go there. It's got old buttons, right? Nothing lights up. It's got B 1, 2, 3 on there. It was too small of a house to have an elevator operator. But it does have the, you push a button and you then, move the lever to go. It's been updated along the way, in the 50s. So it's more modern than probably it was in 1908, which would have all been levers and gears.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Probably someone listening right now who's an elevator historian who's grimacing.
Finally,
Well,
fiction,
add a
people.
to this. So we can we all fit in? All 5 of us?
Yeah, you can all fit in.
So we get in and we just, I guess, push 1 twice. See if anything happens.
With that, yeah.
Oh.
4 times.
Okay, you're on the first floor, so it doesn't move. It clicks, and then it clicks.
All right, we're going to take a look around, see if there's anything in the elevator that has numbers or...
Do it 6 times.
Yeah.
11, 11, 11.
Yeah, let's do 11, 11, 11, and then maybe 11, 11, 11, 11, because he was 11.
When you push the button 8 times in a row, the elevator starts and goes down.
Yes.
And goes down further than you would expect to get to the basement.
This is very lock and key.
Also part of the King family. Joe Hill, who wrote Lock and Key, is Stephen King's son.
Yeah.
So I am stealing across generations of King right now. And then the door opens. And we'll end right here.
7.
Yay.
No, I want to know.